Thank you. You're welcome. Excuse me. Can you hold the door for me? What if I told you that phrases like these have decreased in use over the last 10 years? Would you believe me? What if I told you that since the surge of social media in the mid-2000s, people have just become a little bit less kind? Would you believe me? Well, things like this make the case for a new form of community care, kindness and civility. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, everybody's lives have changed. My life changed. I'm sure your life changed. The pandemic changed the way we interacted with one another, both in person and virtually and online. And it changed the way some of us interact with our own families and friends. There's research that supports these changes. According to the Pew Research Center, 47% of adults in the U.S. say that people behave in public these days is ruder than before the pandemic. Would you all agree? And 85% of respondents in an American Bar Association survey say that civility in today's society is worse than it was 10 years ago. These kind of statistics are a little bit startling to me, but I think we all can agree that we are just not very kind to one another anymore. And here's the big kicker. 29% of the people that responded to the ABA survey say that social media is primarily responsible for eroding civility. I think we can all agree it might have a little bit to do with it, right? Being kind to one another just seems so basic, right? And normal. Because these are the things that our parents, our grandparents, our teachers and mentors taught us, just basic manners and the golden rule. Well, it's not as golden anymore. Community care is an approach utilized by individuals to support one another in the broader community. This is the Mental Health America definition of community care. While we all know about self-care and how important it is to take care of ourselves, we often forget about this concept of community care. What does community care look like when it comes to just the basics, the everyday things, right? Community care is centered in connectiveness and intentional interactions. It's things we do every day to make one another's lives just a little bit better. I'll give y'all an example of community care in real time. This form of community care I'm talking about, civility and kindness. Every morning, I take a walk through my neighborhood. And since moving to this area, I've taken one of 3 routes. I know who to expect to see during these walks. I know the morning crew, the people that are out early walking their dogs and just kind of taking it easy. I know the after work crew, those of us that didn't get to do it in the morning, so we're going to do it right after work. And then I know the after dinner crew, those of us that just want to end our day kind of in a calm, easy, zen walking way. Well, that particular Friday morning, I was on pace for a 14-minute and 30-second mile. That sounds really slow for runners, but for us walkers, that's a pretty good pace. My heart rate was up. I was in the zone. I was going. I was listening to a podcast. I was feeling real good about my walk. It was Friday. It's a good day already. I haven't even spoken to anybody. As I'm coming up the hill, I see an older gentleman approaching me, and he's on his walk, in his pace, in his zone. And I looked at him and I smiled because I always try to smile and be pleasant. And he said, "Looking good. Good morning." And I said, "Oh, thank you. Happy Friday." I was on cloud 9. He made my day. He was the first person I talked to that morning. And I was like, I don't have to talk to anybody else. I'm good right now. I hope my kids stay asleep. I hope my dog doesn't need to go outside because I'm feeling good because he was kind to me that morning. So this new form of community care that I'm talking about doesn't come with a monthly subscription or a cost. I can make one for you if you want me to. This new form of community care is one that we all know about. It's something that we've been modeled by our parents, our grandparents, our teachers and mentors, this new form of community care is very basic. It's kindness and civility. That older gentleman, where I don't know his name and I had never seen him on my walk before, he offered it to me without me even asking. And he set my day off to the right start, the right path. This new form of community care is something that I encourage all of us to figure out how we can lace it into our day. And I think it's something that we have to exercise because it's not something that comes natural for some of us. I have 2 daughters, one is a teenager, and I have to really watch the way I behave in front of them because I need to model the behavior that I want them to have. One of the things that it's really easy to do is get into the habit of making that nasty comment on social media because I'm behind the screen. I can say whatever I want to say. Or hitting the laughing reaction to someone's misfortune on that Instagram reel. Very easy to get into that habit. However, I need to remember that I'm modeling the behavior that I want my daughters to have. So I ask all of you to think about what is it that we do on a daily basis to make our world more civil and kind? Are we thinking about these behaviors? Are we thinking about ways to make things better for one another? Will we always know and take for granted that someone will say, thank you? Will someone always say, you're welcome? Will someone let you merge in when you're trying to get on the freeway? Probably not. Will someone hold the door for us? Maybe, maybe not. This new form of community care is all about thinking about what we can do to make the lives better for those all around us. So today, I ask each of you to take the challenge to exercise kindness and civility. It can start really simple with one thank you, one you're welcome, one held door for the stranger at the grocery store. One kind gesture can change our worlds and our communities. Thank you.